Well, good morning. Hello there. Right, so this is a Friday morning. The weekend starts here. And, I just wanted to see how you all were, as I haven't seen you for a couple of days. Well, a little bit of news is I had a hospital appointment on Thursday, and this was to have a ultrasound scan of my tummy, because when I can't remember if I told you or not, but my father died of bowel cancer, and before he passed away, I was getting stomach pains. After I ate, I was getting a pain right across the top of my tummy, well, it caused me some concern. Anyway, I went to see the doctor, and he did an exam of my tummy and sent me off for an ultrasound scan of my tummy, and that's what I went for on Thursday. At the time when I went to see the doctor, he also did a prostate exam, which is not the nicest of things. That's where they have to, it's quite invasive really, but every man will have a prostate, and it's probably a good idea to get it checked out before anything nasty happens, because the minute they catch it, the minute they can start treating it. And a lot of people that do have prostate cancer don't die from prostate cancer, they die with prostate cancer. So it is something that can be treated, readily available on the NHS. But anyway, as a result of having my prostate gland checked, he also did an abdominal check and sent me off for this ultrasound scan. And the letter that I received and read on Monday evening was that they were going to check for an enlarged aorta, which is the vein that runs from the heart down through the tummy down, and it spreads out, sends the blood elsewhere. So they did an ultrasound scan, and there's nothing there. So that's a relief. They also checked my kidneys as well while they were there, and there's nothing wrong with my kidneys. They seem to be the right size and whatever. So that's quite fortunate, really. So the only thing left to do now is to have a look inside my my tummy to see what's going on. To have a look in the bowels. That means sticking a camera. Yeah, again, quite invasive. What are the dog's looking at? Yeah, it's quite invasive as well. But it's all good. It's at least I know now that I've not got an enlarged aorta, and that's was a good job I didn't know. That was a reason why I was going for the ultrasound scan, is that they kept that a bit quiet. But I'm not one of these people that worries about stuff until I actually know, for certain. Yeah, I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it. I do look online to find what the results of symptoms are. You check up and find out that you've got symptoms, this, that, and the other, and then you suddenly find out that you've got this, that, and the other. But I don't worry. I'm not one of those people that worries about it. I just look because I'm interested. Not what's the word I'm looking for? It's just me. My grandfather was the same. He got his words muddled up as well for a good long time, that I know of anyway. But yeah, so I take after him when I get my words muddled up. Anyway, it's not so good today. It's a bit cloudy, as you can see by the lack of sunshine. So it's a bit cloudy. The kids must be at school because there's no screaming kids, so that's good. And it's beginning to warm up a bit as well. I definitely noticed our heating bill has reduced this last couple of weeks. Although it was frosty on Tuesday when I had to go out. It was very frosty Tuesday. So generally it's getting warmer. I know it's when I have my shower. I normally have my shower. At about 10 o'clock. I turn the knob to 10 o'clock. If you imagine the knob as a clock. Well, I turn the knob to 10 o'clock. And during the winter times, I might turn it to 12. when it's getting cold. But I definitely know now that I'm about 11:30 now, so the groundwater is not so cold for the shower. It hasn't got so much energy to put into the water to heat it up to my normal temperature. But I don't have it hot anyway. I don't have scalding hot showers on. Anyway, so I've digressed a bit. So what I was going to go out to photograph some. The bluebells aren't out, but the snowdrops might be out at the churchyard that I was at last year. We'll see. I'll have to go out. I was going to go out the other day, but poor old lady Sarah, she was taken poorly during the night. She had one of these diabetic hypos, and she had come down with this terrible sore throat, and she couldn't speak. So I had to look after her all day Wednesday. She wasn't too good. Thursday, she felt well enough to come out with me. It was her day off anyway. So we went out and did a bit of shopping on our way home went to Tesco's in town, got my club card, every little helps, or was that Sainsbury's? Anyway, whatever. We went, did a bit of shopping. And, oh, yes, some more good news. I had a letter. I didn't open it until Wednesday when Sarah said, oh, have you opened your letters? And I said, no, I've forgotten all about the letters. But this is just general post, because she sorts anything medical, she'll give me straight away, and she opens for me. Obviously I need to know when I'm away, or if I am away, then she can change the appointments for me and stuff. Anyway, this letter came from HMRC. Yes. So I was expecting it to be a tax bill, thinking that I hadn't paid enough tax or something. But then I suddenly remembered as I was opening it, there should have been a refund because I was paying emergency tax. I don't know if you remember the Christmas before last when I was on a dredger. Well, I was paying emergency tax on that one. And also when I had started this job I'm on now, I was on emergency tax at the beginning. That was before April this year. And soon after I started this job, I had that temporary job up in Scotland on the fish farm. I've put loads of videos out about that as well. But again, I was on emergency tax there as well. So anyway, I haven't got the money yet, but when the money does come, I'll be able to clear the credit card. I've got £550 on a credit card, so that'll clear that. And it will pay for our Valentine's Day out, which is fast approaching. I managed to buy her a card. I've got to send her a Moonpig card, so she doesn't know who it's from. It's just from Moonpig at the moment. So hopefully she won't see this. I know she doesn't do YouTube. She does Facebook. So nearer the time, I might upload this to Facebook, FaceTube book thing, whatever it's called. And I'm also on Instagram as well. And I'm also on Rumble, and I'm also on BitChute. So I don't often post to BitChute, but anything I post comes up on Rumble as well. But hello, dog. The dog's here. I think I might pick him up and let him say hello, because he does like to say hello to people. But you're obviously not really here. It's only my imagination that says I've got all these people out there watching. Not that they watch much of them anyway. But yeah. Yeah, so that's it. I've got a nice little windfall coming just in time, really. Just in time for the energy price increase in April. That's another 20%. So we're going to have to find just under an extra £40 from somewhere. As when you've got when you don't have much in the way of disposable income, it's a bit of a struggle. I know lots of people out there. Some people have contacted me via email, and some people have contacted me through the channel itself, and I always reply. And some of them are in the same boat as millions of other people at the moment. We're all struggling to try and find those odd pennies to help us survive. But yep, it's not looking good, is it? So we're losing cash at the moment. The cash is going to disappear soon, so you'll be paying everything by bank card until they start putting the chip in there in your hand. They'll put a chip in, so you won't even have to take your card out of your wallet. You just wave your hand over some magic sensor. More than likely, in the future, you won't even have to do that. As soon as you walk through the door of a shop, they'll already scanned your hand, and they'll be watching every item that you take off the shelf will be recognised, and then when you put it in your basket, the money will be taken out of your account before you've even left the shop. So there won't be any more checkout girls, and so there'll only be people who stock the shelves. So it's not a good way. And then we've got these 15-minute cities where you're going to be fined if you go outside your zone. You might get 100 journeys a year allotted to you before you get fined. So if you've got to make a journey to the hospital because a loved one's sick, or you share a car with, say, your wife or your children, you might share a car, and they go out the zone. So you might end up with only 30 or 25 journeys, depending on how many people share your car. So imagine that, having 25 journeys outside your zone before you start facing fines. And now they're talking about 5-minute cities where you can't go anywhere further than a 5-minute walk. It's getting ridiculous now. I think I think if my hometown here of Hull at the moment, if they decided to go into that route of 15-minute cities, I think I would rather face prison. If you get sentenced, you'll get, as our friend Alex Belfield is finding out. I mean, he'll get free medical care, and he'll get a dentist for free as well. He won't have to pay for his dentist. And he will have Sky TV, so he won't have to pay for a TV licence. And the downside is he won't have the internet. Well, that's probably a good thing in the end, isn't it? But yeah, I think I would rather face prison than paying a fine for being refused travel. I mean, my job takes me all over the place at the moment. I work in Lowestoft on a ship there, so I'd have to find a way of travelling across the city to get to the train station without being fined. What about taxis? Will taxis be fined for going outside their zone? Or will the occupant of the taxi be charged a levy for going outside their zone? I don't know. It's a worrying time, isn't it, at the moment? And then electric cars. I just can't see electric cars working. Nobody down this road here has direct access to the pavement. They have a front garden, and we park across the road. So how are we going to get a charging point across the road? It's going to cost an absolute fortune. I think the government's going to have to step in and start doing some consultation and start funding charging points that are along the street where the parking is. Because, like I said, our street parking, everyone parks on the other side of the road, leaving the houses, the front gardens clear. Some people have converted their front gardens into driveways simply because there's not enough parking. But we haven't done that yet. So it would cost an absolute arm and a leg, I think. At the moment, it's costing about £4,000 to get an electric charging point put in. So that's something to worry about as well. But anyway, let's not focus on the negative things. Let's just focus on getting through Valentine's Day. Now, Sarah and I have... actually, Sarah booked it while I was away. She was trying to get a booking on the 14th. But the local restaurant that we like to use is a Thai restaurant across the other side of town. And anyway, they don't open on a Tuesday. So we're having to go on a Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we're having a nice meal in a Thai restaurant. I do like a nice red Thai curry, if I can get hold of one down there. And all sorts of other little treats. I should be having a midweek gin and tonic while I'm there. which will be quite most enjoyable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a gin and tonic tonight, actually, because it's start of the weekend. I shall. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Sarah's mother's birthday is on Saturday, so they're coming to us. So I won't be drinking on Saturday. So I shall have a gin and tonic tonight and a gin and tonic on Sunday. And yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. I'm not going to drink midweek. I'm only going to drink at the weekend. So it's either Saturday or Sunday, or this week it's going to be Friday and Sunday. So that's my New Year's resolution coming in. And yeah, it's the tax refunds really come at a good time, really, to clear that credit card. Was I know it was not a lot of money, but £550 is when you haven't got it, and that's looming over your head. I have been trying to pay it off. I think they're asking for £15 a month, but I've been paying 20. So hopefully, when I get that off, I'll be able to save 20. Put that towards something for next Christmas, or even the car's MOT's due in November. So hopefully, I'll put some money towards that. But anyway, I waffled on. I'm going to finish my coffee. And I'm going to plan my day out for tomorrow. I've checked the weather forecast and it said it's going to be brilliant sunshine. So I'm definitely going to go out Saturday morning. And I'm going to go down and visit a couple of churches that I know and see if I can get hold of these snowdrops in the ground on the gravestones. My mother likes snowdrops, but she's never been able to grow them in her garden. Maybe it's something to do with living in Portchester, where the soil's not so good, I don't think. So, but yeah, we get in our little garden here, we get snowdrops, but they haven't come through yet. But maybe up in a graveyard where they get full sun all day, they might actually come through. But anyway, we'll see. Anyway, so that's it then. That's it for a Friday. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the blog. Oh yes, and I've got a new subscriber. He's got a small channel. I know Adrain Allen has already given him the big up as well, and that's Martin Sullivan. He's only got less than 100 subscribers, but I find some of his stuff he puts out is very, very funny. I have chuckled a little bit as well. So I'll put a link to Adrain Allen, and I'll put a link to Martin Sullivan in there as well. He does do little tiny sketches about other YouTubers. So yeah, go give him a watch. He's quite funny. They're only 20 second, 30 second to a minute videos. Some of them might be 2 minutes. But yeah, he's quite funny. So go and give him some attention. It doesn't hurt to subscribe to these small channels because they don't put out very many videos. And of course, every video that pops up on your feed, you don't have to watch. You can just support him by being a follower, and that just helps the algorithm put the videos out to new people. But anyway, that's enough. I have taken up far too much of your time. So go and enjoy the weekend, and I'll try and get some photographs up, and we'll speak to you all on the next one. Okay, bye then.